Okay, so just a plethora of things in my head. The idea of the connections that I have, and putting, I put one of these on my blog, which is just weird. But I don't know, is it weird? I'm having this whole conversation this morning about Howard Rheingold is coming on Teachers Teaching Teachers on Wednesday and talking about his book Net Smart. And so my favorite part is the networked individualism and the whole idea that my first introduction to him had to do with who's together in a space per choice, which to me leads to networked individualism. But a lot of the book and a lot of what Howard does is about crap detection. Well, I'm also reading Karen Schulz's Being Wrong. And so I'm really questioning, how do we know what crap is? I mean, maybe it seems like crap to me, but maybe it's not. Maybe I just don't see it completely. I think Coney 2012 is a good example. I mean, I don't know. So I'm going there. Part of a Facebook group that I'm part of has been talking about a lot of the things that I always hear from Dana Boyd, that we fear monger and are cynical about things, when in reality there's more good than bad. So just those ideas. I mean, is crap detection that idea just to get rid of the few things that are bad? I don't know. I'm struggling with it. Is that going to kill us? Is it to keep us from not spending all our energy chasing that thing? And if it is, how do we know for sure that it is crap? Okay, so there's one thing. The whole idea about what is provable. And reading today, one thing that I absolutely loved and I'm dying to read more is my belief about what tech wants is it wants us to help fold ourselves over onto ourselves and see that we are connected and use those connections. And so Kathryn was talking about like young kids and how they don't have the assumptions that we have, and they believe things are so connected. And what we've been doing and finding out with the work in the lab is the curiosity of a 5-year-old is kind of what we want to get back to. Again, the MIT Media Lab's Lifelong Kindergarten Lab. It's like that's where we can go back to where we were free, So going back to that and even before, is there a belief that we are all connected, and can we get back to that as well? So now thinking more and more about this Prezi that I started, and that I was making myself a node. I was making my networked individualism with just people being the nodes, linking them with one idea. And so I think it was the one that I posted, this reflection that I posted, talked about how I disliked and I was never good at summaries. I think maybe that's why I like math. There was always this supposed definite answer, and in English it was like it was expected, but it was harder to come by for me. So this feeds in, this is crazy, this feeds into the whole idea of a definite, I guess. And now I'm wondering, was it so hard for me because the summaries that you're supposed to do in school are graded because there's this expected outcome. The summaries are like have a summation of an entire book or even a person that it just comes to me. Is that easier because it's my belief, and so there's no measurement involved. I'm not trying to prove anything. That's just my connection. And so the big thing that came to me this morning is, which one's more useful? Which one matters more? And I think we're missing so much of life because we've sold out or given in or followed cadence to the way we do school. And can you write a summary of this? And then perhaps trash it. Perhaps not. I'm not dissing all of school. But what about the summary that is just my belief? And you might call it crap. But it's useful to me. And who's to say, really? Thinking a lot about, kids who have signed over or tried to escape from or whatever, for whatever reason, are experimenting with this in the lab. And how easy it is to try to guide them. Because other people may automatically think this isn't working, or see it doesn't work, or because they're doing nothing, or they're doing things that don't matter. And who's to say? It's just so important, I think, to get to spaces where you have nothing to prove. Because if it's all about proof, I guess I'm wondering how really useful that is. If it's about belief, which you can't measure. Now we're getting to Simon Sinek in that inner part of your brain. If it's about belief, you're doing things about it. You're potentially changing the world. You're certainly changing yourself. So, that was messy.